Hey gang, we hope that your quarantine is going well. For us, it has been a very lazy day, lazy Sunday for us. Not a lot of productivity happening over here, and that's okay because being lazy is also a way to recharge your batteries and kind of get back in the groove of things. So it's definitely okay if you are going through bouts of having good days and bad days, because sometimes the bad days let you kind of recharge and get in the right mindset for the good days. So I didn't sleep that great last night. My allergies are flaring up from our hike outdoors yesterday, and I forgot to take my allergy medicine. So today was more so just getting back in the right mindset. So I took a nice hot shower. I took some time to meditate. I wish I could get in the habit of doing that every day because it really does help you. So anyway, there's a couple things that we do differently to kind of just recharge batteries. So I actually wrote a blog article a couple days ago of just 15 ways to de-stress in your RV. So whether you're stressed out by current times right now or just, you know, any other situation in life, I'd highly recommend checking that out because there's super easy ways to just de-stress. But if you take the time to just do them, I find they help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with that being said, how are we handling today's video?
Since we're not going to be doing much of anything, I've just been going through TikTok. That's my new obsession.
Yeah.
We are just going to be answering questions that we've received because we have received plenty.
Yes, I guess we should have known what was coming when we opened it up and said ask any questions you want, because we thought we could create some content out of that or maybe do a Q&A video, and here we are already doing like our third video Q&A, because even if we did a Q&A every single day, I don't think we'd get through the amount of questions you guys are submitting. So with that said,
well, keep them coming though.
Yeah, keep them coming for sure. It is giving us content ideas. Now we realize a lot of you want one video to be solely about Carmen, so we can definitely do that. And then we do have people wanting mods, people wanting smart RV stuff.
Yeah.
So we've got the creative juices flowing, and this next week we'll definitely be diving a little bit deeper into each of those topics for sure.
Yeah, exactly. You might have to wait. We won't be able to get back to you with the next video immediately with your answer, but we are collecting all of the questions to make sure we get through them all.
We're gonna try. So with that said, let's just dive right into our first question. One of our viewers, also named Jason, has asked this question twice on 2 different videos, so we definitely need to answer it. And it is, why is Jason a Seahawks fan when there are 3 NFL teams in California?
So that one was easier to answer previous to 2 of them moving to Los Angeles. LA had no team. San Francisco had a team in the whole Bay Area, but that's like NorCal, and they say hella and all these weird things. And since we're from Southern California, there's like a rivalry there. And then we did have the Chargers in San Diego, but San Diego and LA also have a rivalry, so I just didn't like any of those teams. But I did fly up to visit my little sister who went to University of Washington, UW. She was on the cross country and track team up there, and as soon as I flew in, I just saw the clink, and it was just beautiful, and it kind of like spoke to me, I guess. And also a little known fact is that I am part Makah Indian, which is in Washington, up in Nia Bay, the northwestern-most corner of the continental U.S. So my family has visited there a couple times. My mom, my grandpa, and all of that. He was like stolen from the reservation. It's a really weird story.
Yeah, that's for another time.
That's for another time. But you know, they're all big Seahawks fans, so it's all just kind of like comes around to it. It's just in my blood. All right, so our first question from Texas Roadrunners is, how is your kitchen stocked? Dishes, appliances, knives, etc.
Okay, so we're going to give you a little peek into our cupboards, and so we have a lot of cups. That is literally the number one thing that we have, and we kind of keep it this way so that way we can just jam. I call it the cram it full method, so that way nothing is rubbing or breaking or falling. We don't really have breakables, but still, that way they're all just shoved together. But then we have, our dishes are a set of 4, big plates, little plates, bowls, coffee cups, same thing. These are the only things that are breakable in here. And we also use the cram it full method in here. And surprisingly, this dish rack has like a little, this last little bar is a little raised. So you would think they might like fly out, but we've never had our dishes fall off this rack before. And then down here we have 1 big pot, medium, little pot, 2 pans, and an Instant Pot, a toaster. I have some baking pans, mixing bowls. Those are from my bacon days. And then coffee maker and blender. And that's about it, right? Those are all of our appliances. Oh, or silverware. And silverware. And obviously this kind of stuff. So.
And the Cutco knife set.
Yeah, my Cutco knife set. I love these knives. They're amazing.
Over 10 years old.
They are. Chris wanted to know, what would be your one campground / place that y'all would say is a must go to?
All right, you wouldn't believe it, but we get asked this type of question all the time, and it's an incredibly hard one to answer and incredibly personal. In terms of like everyone has a different opinion. For us, I would say 2 things. We have Moab for like best amazing outdoor town. It just has the 2 national parks and the Red Rock, and it has just really cool vibes. And then in terms of cities to visit, we really like Savannah, Georgia, because it has outdoor drinking or to-go drinks, which is one of our favorites, and lots of ghosts. But for campgrounds, we don't really have one that is amazing, you must go see, but Ray did just complete an article for SnapPad as like a guest blog post, which we'll link down below, that has 18 epic campgrounds that have made it onto our list to go see, so you can check them out too. Our patrons, the Brazen Brits, want to know, how long do you guys normally set up camp for? What length of time do you find too short, just right, and too long?
All right, that is surprisingly a tricky question because each area is different and everyone has a different travel style. But what we've started to figure out for us is a week is a good amount of time for us. We do work as well, and we're kind of lazy, so we don't want to go out exploring every single day. We do want to have some, R&R days back at the RV. So 7 days is a good amount of time for us to leisurely explore. Some places we have experienced 7 days to be too long, but I feel like those situations are less frequent.
Maybe internet based?
Yeah. If we have bad internet, 7 days is miserable. But we are slowing it down. I think right now our perfect time frame is around 2 weeks, maybe even 3 if it's a great location. We're starting to slow down and explore more of the smaller things, or try and get into more of the local stuff, or go on more hikes. And just when you're in a place, we've also realized you'll run into a local on your last day and they'll say, oh, well, did you do this, this, and this? And you're like, no, I didn't even know those things existed. So now your list just got longer to a place you've been to than shorter. And I swear, that's like a secret RV law that happens all the time. You get the best recommendations on your way out of town. So yeah, I think 7 days is a good time frame, but obviously you will learn your own once you get into the groove of things. And also, for everyone listening right now, you have to go check out the Brazen Brits YouTube channel. They are hilarious. The next question is from Cindy, and she asked, have you ever thought about using a bidet to augment your teepee stash?
Interesting question, and yes, we have. I actually installed a Neo 120 Luxe bidet, I don't know, about 6 months ago. I really enjoy using the bidet, and we used it for the first time, or at least I did, when we were in Venice for our honeymoon 5 years ago. And I just feel like it's a cleaner experience all around. And Ray hasn't let me share this install with you guys.
It's just private information.
So you're seeing it here first.
Yeah, there you go. Good question, Cindy.
All right, so Andy wants to know, have you ever thought about changing the light covers over your sink? They want to change out their entire fixture, or at least the bulb covers in their Solitude.
All right. So, yes, I guess we have thought about changing them, but we have thought about changing a lot of things in the rig. To be honest, we would love to paint it, but we are way too scared because we have seen some horror paint jobs. But we would love to change a lot of things in the Solitude just because dark isn't our thing. It's still beautiful, and I know a lot of RVers like it. So as far as your light shades go, they're actually really easy to change out. We just took ours apart to show you. So this is actually the LED light, and this is just a cover. So you can literally change go. You can literally change your light cover in a matter of seconds, and we highly recommend joining the Grand Design Modifications Facebook group because some people are so creative in there, and we've seen a lot of updates on light fixtures. We've seen people actually take this whole wooden piece down and change the fabric in the middle. We have seen people paint. We've seen people change the backsplash. So highly recommend that group for a great resource or to ask any questions. Vicky and John want to know, what did your family think when you told them your dream to go full-time and work from the road? Which leads me to my second question. How do I find a part-time job on the road?
So both of our families didn't really believe us pretty much up until a point a month before we left, when we bought our trailer. I don't think they even thought that we would actually do it. It was like, oh, you're actually going to do that? And then we had a trailer out front of our house, and they're like, oh my god, it's real. Ray's family was very sad that she was leaving. My mom was sad but excited. She likes adventures, so was excited for us. And making money from the road is a huge topic, so I think I'll cover one of these daily vlogs talking about it because I like talking about how to make money. But part-time, it depends how you want to travel. Some of the easiest ways are flipping, just going to random thrift stores and then reselling them on eBay or something. Work camping is another big one. You'll have to stay stationary for longer periods, but you'll work for the campgrounds. Or there's Amazon during the holidays needs additional workers, or the sugar beet harvest, or other ways of making a decent amount of money quickly. So I guess just stay tuned for the making money video. Paula wants to know, what area are you planning on traveling for the 2020 year, and if you've made any plans yet?
Well, last year we kind of bounced around the US. We didn't make any plans. We didn't have many reservations that were planned ahead. So we didn't want to do that this year because it really stressed us out. So we did sit down in January and we planned reservations, I think through July, and then we still knew our route for the rest of the year. So what we wanted to do was, after spending some time in Southern California with family and friends, we wanted to head to the Pacific Northwest and check out the Oregon coast, Washington, head into Idaho, hit up some hot springs, and then we were actually going to jet across, spend some time in Michigan, because Morton's on the Move are from Michigan, just in case you didn't know that. So we were going to spend some time with them. We knew that was one of the states we absolutely needed to have a meetup in because we have so many Michiganders that started following us last year, and we love Michiganders. Not that we don't love all of our audience, but everyone in Michigan was just like overly friendly. And then we were thinking about hitting up the Grand Design Rally, and then we wanted to spend fall in New England, and then kind of maybe take the end of the year from fall into November, December time frame, going down the East Coast and landing in Florida. So it was an aggressive time frame, and we actually called it the Four Corners, and what we meant by that, our little inside joke, was the four corners of the US. Obviously, we have no idea what is happening now. So we've canceled some of our reservations for the next month. We're still hoping that we're trying to be positive in this time and hope that we can continue with these plans and just pick up exactly where we kind of lost time. So kind of a long explanation for that, but that was 2020 plans. So Mick wants to know, how has the virus impacted your lives? I can't imagine it being more significant than the rest of us, but I'm just curious if there are any aspects of our being that have been proven challenging.
So one of the aspects of RVing that has been proven challenging is not having a place that's your own to go to. So you always have that little bit of fear about a campground being closed, which some have, but overall we're thankful for 1,000 Trails. And there's still plenty of places to go. It's just that like underlying stress level. But for us, it really hasn't affected us that much, except for delaying our travels. And that's one of those things that when you become fully nomadic for 2 years and you moved, like when you have to stay stationary for a couple of weeks against your like inside, like you just want to keep going, and there's you feel like you're really missing out. So we get a lot of FOMO of these places that we want to go that we're gonna have to adjust our travels. But week to week, we're pretty homebody people anyway. And in terms of how the virus has affected our business, our advertising revenues are down a little bit because advertisers are paying less money. Businesses aren't spending money because the stock market's in a free fall and no one knows what the next couple of years are going to bring, whether we're going to be in a recession or anything like that. So it's completely expected and understandable. And then affiliate sales are down because no one's buying anything. But we're still in a great place ourselves, and we're very lucky. We had two people ask the same question, both Steve and Tara, and they would like to know how we met.
So, Jason and I went to high school together, and we have a video, actually, of when we were spending time in Simi Valley, and so we just vlogged there. But we did meet in high school, and we dated a little bit senior year, and then we went our separate ways for college. And when I moved back from college, I guess you can just say the rest is history. We started dating shortly after. We moved in with each other shortly after dating again, and actually this July will be 10 years dating, 5 years married. We got married on our dating anniversary. So we actually got a lot of questions about this potato over here, but we decided that we were going to make a whole different video dedicated to Carmen only. So we'll answer all those questions there, and then we'll kind of do a day in the life of an RV dog for you as well. And I think that wraps it up from us today. I gotta get to editing this video, so we hope you're doing well, staying healthy, staying safe and sane, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Easy Sunday video be just a Q&A. So, damn. I love these knives, they're amazing.
Over 10 years old.
They are. I've literally almost cut off every finger with them. Put your toes under your knee. Gross. Yeah.
Now my foot's flexed and it's
That's fine, this won't take that long.
It's fine, just deal with
I don't like toes.
That's okay. 3,
You can't see
2,
my toes, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Are
Pew, 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 pew.
Yeah, see? It gets in your head, I told you.
Losing it over here. You couldn't tell. Just ping pong. Let me ask it again. You're fine. Grow up.
Action. Oh, what was I gonna ask you? What was the question? 3, 2, ready to go?
Someone asked if Carmen needed any extra exercise during the quarantine. Do you want more exercise? Or do you want more cookies?